Is there anything in your approach this offseason that you can build off of from last year?
Yeah, I just want to continue expanding my game, working to, be more of a factor in all aspects. Shorter and intermediate routes. I think I can do a lot more for the team and that stuff, and just be more of a threat with the ball in my hands too.
Wait, also, did you throw? I should know this. Did you throw out the first pitch at Wrigley or something?
I did, yeah.
I need the story. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was. I kind of was just talking with my marketing agent about how that would have been cool or something. He's like, "Oh, you want to do that?" And I was like, "For sure." Like I grew up a big Cubs fan. Honestly, probably was my favorite sports team out of any sports team. So it was a pretty special moment. A bunch of my friends live up in that north side of Chicago, like downtown now, but like Lincoln Park, Lakeview, like right around at Wrigley. So it was pretty cool. I had a bunch of buddies come out. We actually had a bunch of guys from the team come out there too, make the trip up. So it's a good weekend.
Good throw.
Not the best throw, I should have gone with the fastball, but
You tried to keep cute, huh? You tried to keep
man, they threw me off. They brought the mascot out there with the big cartoon glove. I wasn't sure if I could just throw it as hard as I can. If he might just hit him in the head or something. I don't know. So
he kind of did you dirty though, because he did the catcher block thing.
Yeah. That's what Connie keeps saying. Is he had to make a play on it, but
Just don't go viral.
No, it wasn't anything that go viral, but yeah, it just looked like a lollipop that landed a foot short of the catcher. So
you had a big golf moment too. Have you just been intentional about getting out and doing different stuff this offseason?
Yeah, no, I love to kind of get out and I don't really probably post a ton. I try to keep things pretty private, but I love to in the off season. I really try and do a lot of different things. Basically say yes to whatever opportunities come up to me. So I went to the Kentucky Derby this last weekend. It was a great time. Doing something this weekend was the
AC golf out of the weekend.
No, the IndyCar thing.
Or the Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix, yeah, they're doing the Grand Prix thing this weekend. So yeah, just try to just do a lot of different experiences and go out. I think it's a good way to connect with fans and meet people too. So just try to say yes to things.
Alec, as a receiver, how do you navigate the QB competition between Daniel and Anthony?
Yeah, you basically just be there for both of them. Ask them, kind of communicate with both of them, treat them both like they're starting quarterback. And just ask what they need from me, if they want to get extra balls or whatever, because it is going to be just them splitting reps or whatever. We're just gonna get less reps with each other. So anything they need extra from me, I'll just let them know I'm there for them.
Alec, how do you view yourself in a contract year coming up?
How do
you view yourself in a contract year coming up?
Yeah, I like to take a very day-to-day approach with things. I don't really think too far in advance. So right now, the whole off season has been about getting my body ready to go and healthy for OTAs, and then now OTAs I think is about me coming out here and just showing the work I put in this off season that I'm that I can do more things, and just kind of trying to show the coaches what I can do and show the team and build trust in me that I can be more well-rounded and do more things for this offense, and then once the summer comes, it'll have a whole new focus moving towards training camp, and then then it's the season. And then, for me, I think that's why I got agents and stuff like that. They focus on that type of stuff, because I really just focus on kind of the football stuff and what's coming up in the short term.
Alec, the schedule release is coming up next week. Is that something you sit down and watch, or do you kind of just see what happens the next day?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll post it somewhere and I'll see it. It's always cool. They always do something fun. The media team, they do a good job with that. So excited to see what they come up with this year, and I'm also excited to see the schedule too, because it's always pretty cool to kind of see where are we gonna go play, when and all that. So I'm excited to see it.
You mentioned earlier just kind of wanting to expand your game, in terms of the routes that maybe you focus on and being good after the catch. What are the things that you can do to kind of take a step in those areas? I mean, other than they got to call the plays for you.
Yeah, no, that's just strictly for me. It's just working on drill work, cleaning up my cuts, just trying to make them as crisp as possible, be as efficient in and out of breaks, no wasted steps. And then I've been like kind of figuring out and working on some catching type drills, just like running through the catch. Like I don't know if you guys have ever played Madden, but like I feel like you have an option to catch the ball, the one button, and it kind of like secures the catch, and the other button they sometimes drop it, but they really like run through it. And like you catch a slant with that, it usually ends up being a big gain. So I've been really trying to like work on running through the catch and be aggressive, kind of like stabbing the ball at the air, and not kind of like slowing down and stopping my feet.
You have the speed to be dynamic after the catch. I mean, your speed is one of your big traits, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
We talked to Pitt before the draft, and he advocated for Tyler Warren before it actually happened. What's it going to be like for you guys to have a tight end in the middle of the field that's going to command so much attention?
Yeah, it'll be big. You know, I think it's another great piece, another great player we added to the offense. So I think we got a lot of weapons. I think we got a pretty complete, offensive package, and I think it'll be fun to watch.
We had a chance to talk to Coach Gaduli on the radio the other day, and he was saying how he reached out to you about Riley Leonard. So
yeah,
I guess are you taking on the big brother role at all a little bit, or just kind of showing him like what the Colts are about?
Yeah, no, I'll have to meet him. I think they come in this weekend, so maybe to meet him tomorrow or something like that. But I'm excited about that. I've heard all great things. That whole Notre Dame coaching staff. Actually, my receiver coach Mike Brown was in town the other day, and I saw him, and he was talking about Riley, saying, kind of saying how he's a great athlete. He said he would fit right in my family. That's actually what he said. So, he said all great things about him, and he said he's excited to, so I'm excited to have him as a teammate.
Do you have a favorite thing of all the things you did this offseason? It seems like you obviously.
That golf. We won a golf tournament. It's all my buddies from college too. So it was the NFLPA golf tournament. They invited a bunch of guys down to Mexico, and it's televised. Like we really had no business winning it, but it's a scramble, So like you can get hot. Yeah, like we had 4. I'd say for the average players for the some teams had I feel like Thielen or like his team, it was like Thielen, Harrison Smith, J.J. McCarthy, and Case Keenum, and they were so they did the first 27 holes were seeding, and they were like 21 under par on 27 holes or something like that. Like we ended up 12 under par, so we were like the 5 seed going in. 8 teams made the playoffs, and but then the playoffs was just it was only 6 total holes, like it was basically 2-hole playoffs I think, and we were 7 under on the 6 holes. Like we birdied a hole and got an eagle, so we caught fire. We figured something out.
Did you sink the putt to win it?
I did, but it was basically already over. But yeah, I did sink the putt to win it. But I think we had because it's a 2-hole playoff. I think we birdied the first hole and they parred, and that was a birdie putt, and they had missed their birdie putt, so it was already over. But yeah, it was a fun. Just honestly, the whole week is the NFLPA does a great job putting that event on. It was really, really cool to just connect with a bunch of people across the league, but then also it's hard to get together and see my friends from college, because we're all, especially those guys, we're all playing football, so they're in one city, so it's just having those 3-4 days, basically just like a beach golf vacation with the guys. It was good to be back with everyone.